guys, and welcome to another web episode on Gist Sweet 90s. My name is Glory Ntiadem. So today, we'll be talking about pedophilia. You know, this show talks about family relationship, love, laughter, we share experiences, and of course, take you through journeys of other people's story. So today, we'll be facing pedophilia. What does pedophilia mean? What does the society think about it? How do we stop pedophiles on our kids? Yeah, I can't be doing that alone. We have experts on our seat today who will be taking us through the journey on child safety and security. Today I have Mrs. Titi Layo. She's an expert on child security and an expert too for kids. If you have issue for children, hi, just call Titi. Should just be bombarding. Yeah, welcome to our show today.
Thank you, Gloria.
Okay. And another person we have here is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, she's also an expert on child safety, everything that concerns kids, child initiative, thoughts, and of course, she's concerned about children. Sweetheart, welcome to Gist Sweet 90s.
Thank you.
We are not doing this alone. With you and every one of us here, we'll be having this conversation. So let me throw my question out to Titi Layo. I am concerned about pedophiles. We are concerned as parents about our kids. What do you think about pedophile? What do you think about the effect on these children after such?
Once again, thank you for bringing us onto the show. I must say, the safety and the protection of children should be everyone's concern. It takes a whole village, you know, to take care of a child and to protect the child. And then when we talk about pedophilia, we're talking about mental disorder that's affecting an individual, and then it's not something that somebody just decides to set out to do. You know, it started by feelings, thoughts, actions, you know, but these feelings and sexual actions are attending towards children. You know, and then we have them all around us. Some are even family members, some are in the faith-based organizations, some are even in schools.
And in church. In
church generally, you know. And so it's very important that everyone that comes in contact with our children, we need to know them. We need to know their actions, their attitude, and reactions to our children.
Yes.
You need to know your family members. It's not just enough to say, I trust my family member. How well do you even know? No, it's not about trust. How well do you know your family member? How well do you even see the attitude and reactions this your family member or a friend from nowhere or somewhere, even, you know, relates with the children. So it's very important. I know we're talking about pedophiles. These are people that they are not of the age group with the children. They're of course, you know, older than the children, obviously. And then they keep a relationship whereby they even tell the children, don't tell mom. They tell them, you know, the kind of relationship they bond with the children, they tell them, I'm the only one you can trust. And you know, when you play with me, ensure mommy and daddy doesn't know. I'm sure Elizabeth would have also shared some of the experiences.
These people are in the society. This set of people, like we know, like I know, like Titi knows, are not the people who look all dirty. They don't, some people when they hear the word pedophilia, they believe, oh, they are just old, haggard-looking people. They are coaches, like she said. Some of them are in religious organizations. Some of them are at schools. There are people who would want to give more love than parents give to children. That is why family bonding, talking to your children, establishing some sort of relationship is there. Like I tell my girls, I tell them, you're very beautiful. So there is no uncle, no auntie out there who would come want to woo these girls with words at this tender age. They give children what some parents do not have time. They have attention. They have all the attentions in the world. And when you see somebody, okay, there was someone who I noticed would always come to my children, you know, he's always around my first girl. He pays so much attention to the girl. I'm not saying he's a pedophile, but I had to talk to myself. And I told my girl, I said, this guy is always giving you his phone. He's always around you. He pays attention. He notices even when she changes her earring. Wow. I had to just let my antenna stand. So parents have to be very, very deliberate, observant, and intentional about their children so that they don't fall prey of these set of people out there.
I want to throw this question out because I read somewhere where a guy who, I think there's a documentary about him, he said he's not a pedophile or he's not a bad pedophile. He's not a child molester, but he's just a good guy that likes sharing feelings with kids. And we say they are mentally unstable, right?
Yes.
But let's deviate from that. Just like people have sexual urges or fantasies, would you call those guys who think away from adults that have fantasies on kids pedophiles also, or they are just people who are, they call them something, I think. They call them, like the guy, you know, when they have a society, just like the normal LGBT people, they have a society where it's just about I loving kids, I showing kids to this kid, showing love to these children. So are there such people, are they supposed to be described to be this, or is just for us to lecture our kids against whoever comes run away?
They are described as pedophiles.
Those are pedophiles. So there's no good pedophile, but there's nothing like that.
The guy is a pedophile. He's trying to make you understand that he's not out there to
force any child,
harm the child. He's not out there to force any child on himself. That is why parents should be very, very observant. Parents should be at alert. I call myself a lion. A lion.
People are like, you are like this, and people still leave their kids. They say yes, that his friends who are married also bring their kids around. So that is where parents' care and negligence comes in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because we are seeing these people around us. We feel, it's just made this way.
Just been nice.
We cannot discriminate. You buy one carton of lollipop. Your mom is not around now. Take. Titi, you that is a professional now. I know you talk every day about these things. I know you guys talk about stuff like this. In this situation, is it that, are there limitations on what to tell these kids when it comes to stuff like that?
There shouldn't be limitations anymore. In all honesty, we parents, we even need to learn and to be at pace with our children. Because what we're beginning to do is like parents are not even learning, taking time out to know what their children know. I can reassure you that the children knows quite a lot. A lot of parents are not well informed. Most of the parents now are living, they are still in digital age. Those things they were taught from way back, that's what they're still using. And the children are living in, the children are in digital age. We parents are still in analog. We're still far back there. And just like before we came in for the show, we're having a discussion with I was having a discussion with Elizabeth. And I says, how many of we parents even take time out to read? I'm not talking of hard copy books now. Google has made life easy for us. We have our smartphones with us. How many of us even take time out to just Google, say, okay, new things to teach the children. Look at how I just said new things to teach our children. How many of us take time out, even attend trainings? We've got a lot of free trainings going out there to just let you know that there's something we call intentional parenting. It's not about 21st parenting anymore. It's called intentional parenting. And this goes as far as you knowing what is happening, be conscious of what is happening around you in the community, in the nationwide, and the worldwide. You just need to know what is happening. And then what works for me might not work for you. You need to know your children. You need to know your community you live in. You need to know what happens within your community and be able to educate the children more.
Parents out there, really, there is no such thing as talking too much. The truth is we just have to keep talking and keep talking. Let us wait too. Let's go on this short break. We'll be right back shortly, so don't go anywhere. It's still just with 9 days. Welcome back on Gist with 9 days. We are having a very hot discussion on pedophiles. Parents will not rest. We will have to keep talking. We need to educate people. We need to educate parents on this. Now, these abusers are not strangers. Let us take the fact, hey, this girl, the Ochanya girl. The case called the case on Ochanya girl. You know, they started abusing her at 8.
Exactly. Communicated to our auntie, no matter how bad it is. But the problem we have with some of our parents is the children sometimes don't know how to communicate.
No room.
Some of them don't really know what to say to you, but they have they might just say, Mommy, and I wish you are home today. Auntie, and I wish you could stay with me today. Mommy, I wish you should not even go anywhere today. This shows also we need to learn the signs of the language of children. But some of them, you hear them just crying for nothing. And you keep asking, but why are you crying? What do you want? What exactly do you want? It just shows how they can express their pain, their
For you to sit back, right?
Sometimes.
Do you think parents should be aggressive about teaching kids stuff like, this is your boobs, this is your this thing? And I don't know, because
That's why they have to be intentional about it.
It won't make sense.
It won't make sense.
It won't.
Because
it's like you telling me going to school now, and my teacher wants to tell me, if you want to learn 2 + 2, you must open your ear. This is the way 2. When I say 2, you say 2. I just look at you. Why is it making a hell of a noise?
You don't have to be aggressive. It should
Exactly.
just be the normal way. The normal way in the home.
But they should know the names of this part. Like, you should
yes.
know the name.
The
Yes.
right names, you mean?
The right
Now,
names.
let me tell you something funny, yeah? There's this child that the mom, I think she uses herb to train her child.
Okay.
There's this herb. So he got to the sexual training, and then the body parts.
Came up.
Yeah, the body parts. And then this child went ahead. She knows the V name completely. So when the teacher came into the class, because she knows the name completely.
Yes.
And she'd be like, Auntie Sandra has the V.
Okay.
I have a V.
Okay.
You understand?
I know
It
what
came
you're
out bluntly like vagina.
Yes.
Because she knows that she has a vagina at
Yes.
that age.
Yes.
So do we think that's like so much information in as much as we are trying to? But I feel like maybe it's a misplaced sentence, or I don't know a proper way to describe it.
Were they having a sexuality education at that point in time in the class?
No, it's just like now. Auntie, I want to go and wee wee.
Okay.
I want to pee from my vagina. You know, simple words. Boys don't pee from vagina because
Exactly.
she knows that there are difference between vagina and the penis.
Okay.
So, because she knows so much information, do we have to describe it as so much information, or there would have been a better way? Because we are still coming back to the pedophiles.
Okay.
Are they supposed to know these body parts by names?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
But it's not that we are exposing them so much.
No, this society is already exposing children to things
A
they
whole
never
lot.
planned for.
If you can tell them this is your height, then why can't you tell them
This
this is
is
your vagina?
breast
This
or
is your breast,
vagina.
this is
And
your
then
bottom.
she can actually say in public that, hey, don't touch
That
her.
is-
Of course.
Hey, she should say
if
that.
someone is going close to that, she should say
She
it
should
bluntly.
say
I will
that.
be a gangster
She
mom.
should say that.
Yeah.
But when going to urinate in class, I
That's
don't
not
think
the
there
right
is
word to
need
use.
to say
That's
I
what I'm
want
saying,
to.
because she now is used to the fact that
No.
it's called this way,
And
it's called this
that's
way.
where
That is the
teacher
place
needs
of
to
a
come
mom
in.
and the teacher.
Teacher to say, okay, yes, we know, I'm so conscious that you know the right names of the body parts, but if we are going to use the restroom, we say we are using the restroom.
It's not
I'm going to
necessary you
use
say.
myself. You don't say I want to, you know.
Okay.
So that's where the caution has to like, okay, yes, this is where we need to use the rest. This is where it's only when someone is touching and
Improper way.
That's where you can say.
I see an
this is where-
excited girl who
That
just
really also
knew
maybe
it
also want
was
to teach others.
Yes, so she just felt like using the right word.
So now, for women who condole and they cover up abuses, like their husbands, sexual abuses, all in the name of saving marriage, because they don't want the public to know that, especially fathers who abuse their daughters, men who sleep with their daughters on a daily basis.
It
That's
happens. That's very, very.
Honestly, it's really, really killing for me, even as an individual.
No mother should
You know,
conceal
but
that.
no
No
mother.
parent should conceal that.
If you are not thinking of anything, think of your child.
child.
The future of the child.
Thinking of marriage in the society, what would society say? How would they know? These same stories, these same things are happening within that they are trying to hide. You know, when, like the Ochanya case now, when a life is gone,
It's
the
blown.
public will still hear.
But you know that obviously that child also will grow with that lack of trust
Mindset.
for the mother. My mother never helped me. My
Yeah.
mother was never there for me to, to protect me.
And then she'll start suspecting her husband over
And that's
everything.
it. So
yeah.
Yes.
it's a ripple effect.
Ripple effect.
It keeps working also in the life of the child. And so there's no point keeping quiet.
So how
Like-
do we, okay.
Oh, sorry, one of our mentors would always say, when a thief steals something from
Exactly.
people, when a car is stolen, people come out to blow it that their cars are stolen. But when a child's
abused.
innocence and virginity is stolen, the society makes
Just
it
covers
feel
it
like,
yeah.
why
And they
should
throw
they
the blame? They throw the blame
They
on
throw the
parents.
blame on either the
child.
parent or the child. A guy was actually saying that why would a 7-year-old show
body parts.
go on a bomb shot? And I was
I
like,
was about going to that.
I
Coming
was
to
like,
that
I was
direction.
like, what has a 7-year-old got to do with your?
Can you sexualize a child? Because when a child is being abused by pedophiles, they come up with when you don't dress them well. How do you dress babies?
I see it as...
Those are the pedophiles we're talking about. Those
How
are
do
the
you dress
mentally,
babies?
The society,
mentally
the
sick
society
persons we're talking about.
you know, gag such people.
How
like
do you
that.
sexualize a child?
A child, for that matter.
I've heard cases of a grandpa who abuses, takes the carnal knowledge of a baby on diaper. We have seen videos of fathers who they will ask them to change diaper, and is it that now with all these things happening in the world, we are not even supposed to leave the children with the man? English
really failed me.
We will stop. I think the focus also should be more of the roles and responsibility of the child, what they also need to
know.
What they need to do.
What can a 6-month-old do?
Well,
that's why a 6-month-old shouldn't just be left with
alone.
anyone.
When the people who are abusing these people are still the parents or caregiver.
You should be sensitive. You should be alert. As a parent, you should know. Fine, some parents abuse. Like
that's what I say. What if it's the parent that is abusing that 6-month-old child?
With time, even if it's a 6-month-old child that can't even talk and all that, someday, somehow, eventually that child, when he or she starts growing up also, the child also will be displaying some attitude.
Yes.
I've seen quite a lot of children that you see them touching adults. Once you carry them, you see them touching, fondling and all that. And you'll be wondering that what's happening. You know, so you yourself, even as an outsider or a carer or a friend to the family, you will observe, you will notice things, you know, with the child.
If help doesn't come from within, it should come from outside.
From outside, sure.
Yeah.
So those are the things. Everybody, that's why I use the statement, it takes a whole village
to train
a child. So we all can't keep quiet. Because the mother is not talking doesn't mean I, as a friend to the mother, shouldn't talk. I should talk.
That you can't see doesn't mean other people aren't seeing.
For children who react to insults, to abusers rather, the parent just comes, especially mothers, just comes with hot slap, rush and all that. Like, why are you insulting somebody at this time? Before we go deep on that discussion, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Hi and welcome to Face Facts segment, the segment where we get to talk, I and you, me and you, we all sit back and talk and see how things are going around us, especially when it comes to our kids and people around us. If you observe one particular uncle that always say, Chidima, come and sit on my lap. Call Chidima to one corner and ask her, don't sit on any uncle's lap. I can also advise you, when Chidima refuses, let her bite him. Teach them the biting tactics. I think it's very important. And also, let us educate our kids. Let us be aware of what is happening around us and be an intentional parent. Until next time, it's G Sweet 9. There's a girl with a little swag. Even if I don't want to throw the swag, I will have to throw the swag. Next time, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back on G Sweet 90s. Before we left on a short break, we were talking about parents who do not understand children's reactions towards insulting adults. Yes. Without them knowing that probably that man must have used. Some people can just use style and want to give you something and you will hit somebody.
Yes. Well, before we react to children, I think another thing is parents really need to take time out to know who the child is, how they can be of help to the child, the character of the child, because the child differs from one another. There might be a child, a quiet one. They could be the one that talks, you know, I don't use the word talks a lot because I don't know why parents will keep saying a child talks a lot.
Much, yeah.
There's a developmental stage in childhood. And then there's a time that the child will talk. They are so inquisitive and everything they say is true talk. Everything they want to communicate to you is true talk. And at that time, you really need to be a sensitive parent to be able to decipher, okay, what is this child really saying? And then for those child that actually was reacting to an adult, it could also be that the child doesn't want to be around that adult. Allow the child to be.
Yeah.
It now takes you to say, oh, you can even go to the extent of apologizing to the adult, but not forcing your child to apologize to the adult. Then you go back home, talk to your child, what happened, darling? Because another thing is your tone matters. When we talk about communication, it talks about body language, the mode of words, the use of words, the tone. How do you actually talk to your children? Is it with love? Is it with anger? Do you even bring all of the whole world that has happened to you during the day, you know, put it under the chair. Please, I've gone since morning because of you. You cannot come and start giving me such issues. We need to be very careful how we listen, the tone and the mannerism as well. Just take time to listen to the child. You will get to know a lot more about what had happened.
Elizabeth, do you think that we should start introducing gadgets to our kids? Why? It's true, like pepper spray and small knife or something. I don't know. Or better still, maybe self-defense.
Self-defense,
Yes.
If a child, for me, I for one, if a child could be introduced to taekwondo and the likes, I would really karate for self-defense, because these things happen. And then for the pepper spray, you would have talked to your child over and over again, making them understand that it is not something to bring out at every time to intimidate your friends, to bully your friends. You should know. And then all these things would have happened during the course of your conversations in the home, the daily. Like some people, these abusers, you don't just come to a child and then you ask, who touched your bum today? Who touched your this? It should be a normal thing with them. And then that defense, you bring about scenarios. The way we're doing all this strategizing and the likes, bring it down to your family. Create scenarios for your children. Shoot if this happens. Okay, you were at a place or you're coming from here, you're walking. I tell my children, when you're walking, you look around, like they're not always alone. Be conscious of the environment. Be conscious in class. You notice this person is always, when you get into your toilet at school, there is a boy who always follows you. Be at alert. And then there will come a time when you enter a girl's toilet and this boy follows you. I'm sorry, parents, but I tell my children, if you can stretch that leg very well, kick as far and fast as you can. We're not training them to be aggressive. No. But when it comes to that, confidence is very important. They should be able, because you can't teach safety, you can't teach this without the child knowing how to stand out for themselves when there's nobody around. So those gadgets, pepper spray for me, I think is very important.
Growing up, there's this guy in our neighborhood. I could remember I went to see my friends. I went to check on my friend, and I was waiting outside. And this small girl passed. And next thing, the girl, there's one uncle around. They're like, only come now. And the girl say, me, let me come so that you, That means this guy has been putting his hands inside. And then she now knows that hand is so painful. So I cannot come for you to come and put my hand inside your hand inside again. Yes, she's aware. So from now, I think parents should be aware. Like we've said, we need to be educative. Pedophiles are normal humans like me, you, and every other person. You see them with suitcase, you see them with suits, well-dressed. And the truth is, they are like the kind of people you can trust a whole lot with people around you. Let us be conscious with people around us. Let us know that the world has really changed. It is not the way we used to be. It used to be. Thank you so much, Titline, for coming.
You're
really
welcome.
Appreciate. Thank you, Elizabeth, for coming. Until next time, it's G Sweet 90s, and we all say thanks for watching. And remember to subscribe to our channel at YouTube is G Sweet 90s. On Instagram is G Sweet 90s. On Twitter is G Sweet 90s. On Facebook is G Sweet 90s. And then the numbers under you will see a number scrolling. If you have anything, sponsorship or that, but please contact the numbers that are scrolling. And then if you have questions for our experts, you go on Instagram, Child Initiative, and
Parent Child 360
Child Initiative.
That is it, guys. Until next time, it is me. Bye for now. We love you. Mwah.